ahead and hit that button for future solutions now. Any clips, news, names, or information used in this video is for fair use commenting, criticism, educational, and fair use purposes. Viewer discretion is advised. The statements or comments in this video are alleged, and all accused offenders are innocent until proven guilty. Now let the scrutiny begin, and enjoy. Child Care Criminals and Despicable Daycares, Episode 2. Today, we will be discussing Amanda Harris Hickey from Little Levy Daycare in Dunwoody, Georgia. Here is our accused child murderer, Miss Amanda Harris Hickey. If you ask me, the eyes don't lie.
We begin tonight with breaking news. A Dunwoody daycare owner is charged with murder after a baby died earlier this week.
John Schierick is live outside the Little Lovey Daycare. And John, the baby who died was just 4 months old.
4 months old. We are outside the daycare. It's run out of this home here in Dunwoody on Leisure Lane, which is just off of the intersection of Tilly Mill and North Peachtree in Dunwoody. On Wednesday afternoon, first responders showed up here to attend to an unresponsive child, a 4-month-old child. They tried to revive the child, sent the child to a hospital, but the child died at the hospital. That was Wednesday. Today, police arrested a woman they identify as the daycare center owner, Amanda Harris Hickey. They've charged her with felony murder and child cruelty. Now, we understand from neighbors that the daycare is a small daycare run out of the basement of this home here in Dunwoody. It's been here for some time, serving families in this area. On the website, parents are leaving rave reviews saying that Amanda is incredible, great with children, great with infants. The website advertises itself as providing an elite children's experience. Neighbors we've talked to so far are just surprised. They had no idea there was anything amiss going on at this daycare center. So we don't know the circumstances leading up to this child's death, why it is that police decided that a murder charge was appropriate here and a child cruelty charge as well. We're working to get more information. We'll bring that to you when we get it.
John, thanks a lot.
Okay, I'm a little concerned about her being arrested on Friday when the baby died on Wednesday. Where on earth does that happen? Certainly not in Texas, where I'm from. The second thing that I want to address is the website issue. This is her personal website. Of course, she isn't going to have negative reviews on it. You cannot trust someone's personal website. These are individuals that they have solicited to leave reviews for them. If you want an actual review, you need to visit a third-party company like Angie's List, Yelp, Google, something that's not affiliated with that particular company, okay? And of course, the neighbors are not going to know if anything is going on unless you have a big neon light flashing that says, hey, I'm a baby abuser. So, I don't understand the dialogue. However, let's continue.
A local daycare at the center of a tragedy now ordered to close after the death of a 4-month-old boy. The daycare is run by this woman. Take a look at her. This is Amanda Hickey. She has now been charged with murder. CBS 46's Jamie Kennedy has the details.
New details tonight from the arrest warrants of childcare provider Amanda Harris Hickey over the death of a 4-month-old baby show that he was left alone for a number of hours. The warrant states security footage shows Hickey placing the baby down at 1:05 p.m. and not checking on him until 3:45 p.m. It also states that Hickey had placed the baby on his stomach before walking away, but told officers she was trained to place children lying face up. Investigators say the video also revealed other actions by Hickey that are under investigation. Hickey has been charged with second-degree cruelty to children, causing the death of the 4-month-old boy. Hickey has run Little Lovely Daycare out of Dunwoody from her home for a number of years and is a mother herself, and why neighbours were shocked by the news.
I'm not trying to be rude, but it's not like her to go and murder a child. She has 3. She cares about children. She's run that daycare for before I came, I think. Before I moved here, she's been running that daycare. She's been doing it for years. Like, that's not her.
Jamie Kennedy, CBS 46 News.
Woo. Let me woosah. Miss Amanda, if you were trained to lay babies on their back, then why on earth did you lay that particular child on his stomach? Children are at risk of dying of SIDS until they reach the age of 1. That child was 4 months. Where did you receive your training? And you said the right thing to the police, but you did the wrong thing on camera. So you're being manipulative because you knew what you did was wrong. Furthermore, why wouldn't you check on him for several hours? Would you not have checked on your own child for several hours? You're getting paid to watch that child. Why wouldn't you check on them? What did you think was going to happen? Additionally, I'm a tad bit perturbed about the neighbor defending this lady. There was a child who died. That child will never breathe air again. That mother will never see her baby grow up, will never see their child accomplish anything or do anything. That life was snuffed out at 4 months. And here you are defending the individual who caused the death. Where is the logic in that? If you don't know what's going on, the best thing for you to do is to zip your lips until you have all of the evidence. Furthermore, there are several individuals who have children who don't care for children. Additionally, there are several people who cannot conceive, who cannot have children, who love children with all of their hearts. Someone's level of fertility does not determine how they will treat a child, just in case you were uninformed. Moving forward, I would like all of the neighbors out there to keep your mouths closed until you have all of the evidence. You're defending a child killer. Why?
Starting with, I believe we have the media here on position number 17. So let's take that case. This is the case of Amanda Harris Hickey. Ms. Hickey, come on up to the podium, please. Who represents Ms. Hickey?
Your Honor, I do. Tracy Reeves.
How are you doing this afternoon, Mr. Reeves?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year.
You too.
Your client is charged in 2 warrants, and they are Superior Court only cases. Do you waive reading of the warrants and the particulars in the warrants?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Amanda Harris Hickey, ma'am, you're charged in warrant numbers 21W001901 and 21W001902. You have the right to have these warrants read to you here in open court. However, your attorney has waived the reading of the warrants here in open court. Do you understand that, ma'am? I need to hear your response.
Yes.
And do you understand what you are charged with?
Yes.
Is that a yes? Deputy, are you having difficulties?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Ms. Hickey, based on these charges, I do not have the authority to set a bond for you. Only a Superior Court judge can set a bond on these charges. So your attorney will be filing a motion with the Superior Court to have your case set down for a bond hearing. Mr. Reeves, anything else on Amanda Harris Hickey?
No, Your Honor, we would request a preliminary hearing.
All right. So we're already going to put your case on the list to have a preliminary hearing or a probable cause hearing. You will have to contact the court so that you can find a date that's going to work for everyone.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, sir?
That's it.
All right. So, Ms. Hickey, that concludes your first appearance hearing. I'm going to ask that you please follow the direction of my deputy. Counsel, if you don't have any other business with the court, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good to see you. Take care.
Well, Miss Amanda, I see that you are not stupid or crazy because you failed to mention your allegations that you are accused of in front of those mothers, sisters, nieces, aunties, grandmothers that you are in your cell with. Amazing. So you are not stupid and you are not insane. You are just neglectful and abusive. And that was a coward move, but a smart one, because there probably would have been consequences once you got back to your cell had you read what you actually did in front of all of those women.
5:30, a Dunwoody daycare owner already charged with murder, now accused of other harm to 3 other children left in her care on that same day. The new charges filed after investigators say they reviewed video recorded inside her home. 11 Live's Joe Hankey reports.
Dunwoody police booked 45-year-old Amanda Hickey into the DeKalb County Jail behind me 2 weeks ago following the death of the 4-month-old boy. Now prosecutors have reviewed additional video evidence and have charged Hickey with 4 additional counts of child cruelty. In the basement of her Dunwoody home, Amanda Hickey ran Little Lovey Daycare. It is where she called 911 from earlier this month. According to a police report, she told officers she placed a 4-month-old down for a nap on his back and later found him unresponsive. Police took out this murder warrant, though. Writing video shows her putting the boy face down and not checking on him for 2.5 hours. An officer wrote video reveals other actions which are under investigation. On Thursday, Hickey went before a DeKalb County judge who denied Hickey's request for bond after prosecutors detailed the narratives in these now 4 additional warrants. They each represent 1 count of child cruelty involving 4 other children in total on the same day as the 4-month-old's death. The children range in age from 6 to 14 months old. Hickey is accused of picking one up by a leg, and an officer wrote the infant then falls onto his face and head into the bottom of the pack and play. The officer claims Hickey carried another child by the neck and arm, causing the infant's face to turn red, and picked up and shook another child in an up and down motion. The officer details the 4th child being swung by an arm and released, causing the infant's head, neck, and upper back to strike the hard surface. Before February, there were no apparent red flags for parents. Previous state records show Hickey's 10-year-old daycare as being in good standing year after year. A Facebook page for Little Lovey featured reviews, all for 5 stars from parents. And following the death of the 4-month-old boy, the state licensing agency for daycare facilities issued an emergency closure order for Hickey's facility. That order will remain in effect, closing the facility through at least the beginning of March, but the state's investigation is still ongoing, and ultimately they could revoke her daycare.
All right, you guys. That last news clip was a lot for me to take in. Okay, few things that we need to take from these particular videos with Miss Amanda. Do not trust anyone's website. That is their own personal website. Do not trust their Facebook. These are reviews from individuals that they know and that they have solicited. Okay, you must get your reviews from a third party that particular person or that particular company cannot influence. All right. For my caregivers, we never, ever, 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 ever lay a baby on their stomach. That causes a risk of sudden infant death, or SIDS. If you do not know what SIDS is, or if you want a refresher of what SIDS is, I do have a video available on our YouTube channel in both English and in Spanish, so you can check it out, and it'll give you all of the tips and hints that you need to keep these children safe in your care, okay? Another thing, caregivers who are abusers, please stop. Please stop. And if you can't, please continue to record yourself so I can continue to report you. And I'm going to let everybody know who you are and what you're doing. Please continue to get caught on camera. If a child has died in the custody of someone, more than likely, there probably is abuse or neglect to follow. Okay, so you cannot get on camera defending people when you don't know what has happened. Now, we have individuals defending this lady left and right behind that child murderer. However, on her cameras, she's caught abusing 4 other children in the same day. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Please stop. Please stop with the defending. Please stop. I know some of these things are unbelievable. You don't want to believe that person would have done this or would have done that. But honestly, you don't know who is capable of what. And you really do those children an injustice and their family an injustice by publicly defending someone who has hurt their family. At the end of the day, that child will never come back. Keep in mind that children are at risk of SIDS, sudden infant death, until they reach the age of 1. And as soon as Miss Amanda's trial is over, I will be reporting and giving you guys an update on this situation. Okay? This is Melanie with Around the Way Training Consultants, and I want to thank you for joining us today on our second episode of Criminal Caregivers and Despicable Daycares. See you guys soon.
Created using Powtoon.